Imagine turning on the news to find the political establishment in a tailspin. The dog party has just secured its third consecutive term, while the cat front is already in court, challenging the validity of the results. It's not just the pets. Deep in the tropics, the elephant union is demanding the immediate restoration of ancient migration paths, and the bee coalition has successfully frozen all pesticide use through a nationwide campaign for floral security. For the first time in history, we are realizing that we are no longer the only ones at the steering wheel of this planet. If every sensitive creature on Earth gained a legal voice, the very definition of society would have to be rewritten from scratch. In 2045, the barrier between species finally breaks. A new translation technology begins turning erratic biological impulses into clear, structured data, allowing us to see, for the first time, the specific desires and social codes of the animal kingdom. The data reveals that these creatures possess complex memories, grief, and clear social rules. This discovery forces a global legal crisis. If an animal can consciously express a preference for its own survival and the safety of its family, the moral argument for denying them a vote becomes impossible to maintain. After years of debate, the United Nations issues a ruling that applies to every corner of the globe: universal suffrage for all sentient beings. By recognizing billions of new voters, the law effectively ends the era where human interests were the only ones that mattered. The hierarchy of the last 10,000 years has been replaced by a true biological majority. This chart shows the reality of the new electorate. The human population is a rounding error compared to the billions of mammals and trillions of insects who now hold voting power. To survive this shift, politicians have to leave the cities behind. Campaign trails now lead deep into forests and across oceans, where the new majority actually lives. The political landscape has split into two dominant factions. The Dog Development Party focuses on collective safety and stable, friendly neighborhoods, while the Independent Cat Front advocates for total personal freedom and the removal of all social restrictions. Campaign promises are no longer about tax brackets. They're about physical survival. Candidates run on platforms of mandatory sunbathing platforms for felines, safe passage for elephant herds, and state-funded nesting towers for birds. While these promises might sound trivial to a human ear, they mobilize billions of voters. It turns out that when every creature has a vote, power shifts toward addressing the direct biological needs of the planet. The new parliament is structured around biological expertise rather than political favors. Elephants, with their generational memory, lead on long-term policy, while dolphins take over the management of maritime resources. There is some friction, of course. Putting monkeys in charge of the Ministry of Social Media has made the internet noticeably more chaotic. But the serious legislative changes are swift. Deforestation is now treated as a high crime, and major river systems have been granted the same legal protections as human citizens. An alliance between birds and insects, the Flower Conservation Party, has completely dismantled industrial farming. In its place, they've mandated a global increase in green spaces to protect the world's pollinators. Giving nature a seat at the table has forced an immediate, non-negotiable balance between human development and the survival of the ecosystem. Within a generation, the Earth looks different. Urban centers are woven into vertical forests. Pollution has dropped to pre-industrial levels, and species once thought lost are thriving in the hearts of our cities. Humans are still a powerful force on this planet, but we are no longer conquerors. We have learned to operate through a lens of mutual respect, acknowledging that we share this space with billions of other stakeholders. We don't have technology that translates the voice of a wolf or a whale yet, but we are already making the decisions that determine if they live or die. Whether they hold a physical ballot or not, the future of every creature on this planet is currently decided by our laws and our industries. A functioning democracy for the planet relies on humanity choosing to govern as if the entire Earth is in the room.